Angry Guy here, and today I'm discussing why Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoins could be sealed away forever. And this is a topic that a lot of people don't really talk about because so many people don't understand exactly how cryptocurrency works. So today I'm talking about why Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoins could be sealed away forever, all right? This is actually a pretty big possibility. A lot of people don't understand the underlying technology behind cryptocurrency, and they don't understand how the blockchain actually works, or rather, the software that powers the blockchain. Let's talk a little bit about the software that powers the blockchain very quickly. So the way that the entire global network works for a blockchain is that it's hosted on what we call nodes. So there's specific people who host the largest nodes in the world on blockchains. And these people are essentially the ones that keep the chain going. So while everyone can have a copy of the actual chain itself, a copy of the actual ledger itself. Miguel says, wonderful to hear your voice, Sensei. What's going on, bro? While everyone can actually have a copy of the ledger itself, not everyone is actually providing computational power to process transactions. Those people who are providing that computational power to process transactions, all right, you can think of them as mega miners. Now, here's the thing about all of this. The people that maintain these nodes, those nodes use software, underlying software that allows the blockchain to work. Now, whenever you hear about the software being upgraded and a fork happening, which could potentially generate a new cryptocurrency, for example, a hard fork happening that generated Bitcoin SV or Bitcoin Diamond or so forth. What this basically means is that someone is trying to change the software. Okay, so they want to upgrade the software. Here's what happens. If the miners on the network, okay, agree if most of the miners on the network agree to the upgrade, then the new software takes hold and that becomes the new chain. However, and a split won't happen. However, if there is no consensus, then a split will occur and it will result in another cryptocurrency being created, like, for example, Bitcoin and Bitcoin SV, which stands for Satoshi Vision and is the coin that was created by Craig Wright, fake Satoshi. Now, here's the reason why I'm giving you this story and explaining this to you. Because it is actually possible to potentially lock Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoins away forever. One of the current theories is that Craig Wright actually does have the hard drives that contain Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoins. But he's been spending years trying to crack those hard drives, okay? And he set up a mining farm just for that purpose. It's not just him, there's a number of other people who are working in this mining farm trying to crack the hard drives that actually house Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoins. This puts us into serious jeopardy. Because if this theory is correct and he actually does pull it off within even 10 years, he can then essentially, he would definitely start cashing out, all right? And it would create a lot of problems in the cryptocurrency market. What may end up happening as a result of this is the miners could end up reaching a consensus. The large node operators could end up reaching a consensus, and they could basically decide that they're going to implement a software update that would forever seal away the addresses where Satoshi that are believed to be Satoshi Nakamoto's. Yes, you heard me right. While this is not something that would typically almost ever happen, it could be done where those addresses that are believed to be Satoshi Nakamoto's addresses, where his Bitcoins are stored, could forever be sealed away and only reopened if consensus allows that to happen. I think that as Bitcoin becomes more and more valuable and more scarce, it's going to become a greater threat. And this is something that is going to be talked about. Now, of course, there is something to worry about, that if Satoshi, hears that, hey, they're trying to seal away his coins, then if it's, if the theory is wrong and it's not actually Craig Wright, then he can start trying to move those coins. Although there are ways to trace the coins, to trace the coins all over the place if he were to try to do that. But at this point, it's possible that his coins could be locked away forever by upgrading the software and gaining minor consensus. And I think that might be the direction that we're ultimately headed into. And a lot of people don't know that this is a possibility. People think that, well, one, Satoshi could just, get control, cash out. Two, maybe the coins will never be cashed out, or three, someone else will gain access to it. And that's another thing I should talk about. So Craig Wright is not the only issue here. Quantum computing makes Satoshi's fortune vulnerable. So as quantum computing becomes a thing, the underlying software for Bitcoin will also have to be upgraded, all right, to make it less vulnerable to quantum computing, ironically using quantum computers to encrypt it. And until that happens, a quantum computer could potentially be used to crack that address that houses all of those coins, and then they could be stolen. And then if they're able to, get away with it, in other words, because people would be tracing them back and forth for like every address that they're going through. But again, it would create problems. And ultimately, if they pulled it off, it'd be like a bank heist. So those significant number of coins are a serious problem for everyone. And it's becoming more and more of a problem as we move forward. So it's highly possible that eventually his coins could be sealed away forever to protect the entire blockchain space. And if it's not Craig Wright, if it's someone else, he would have to come forward and basically say, okay, here's the deal. This is who I am. This is what I agreed to do in the event that these are unsealed. I will not destabilize the entire, market and so forth. So yeah, his funds could be sealed away forever. It's funny, people don't understand blockchain, but yeah, it can be done. Those addresses that they're stored in can be sealed up forever using through a software upgrade. Tim says, I've got more Bitcoin Diamond, Tron, and Stellar. Thanks, Sensei. Although my next week paycheck is going to the animation and more cryptocurrency. Bye. Good job, bro. Do you think Crex24 exchange is a scam exchange? I have heard of Crex24. Give me a second, dude. Let me double check that for you. Keep in mind, Dr. MGTOW, you're supposed to, if you want me to evaluate things for you, you're supposed to hit me up on Patreon, because that's only that's a service I offer to the patrons to do these evaluations, to $30 patrons and above. But I'll glance at it very quickly. Let's see here. Well, it has $1.3 million in daily volume, although I wonder how the volume is distributed over a period of time, because sometimes they do volume manipulation. Let's see. Well, what you want to look at is you also want to look at the volume for all the other coins on the exchanges. So there's a number of coins that are doing well, smaller coins. I mean, it's a pretty crazy market right now. I just like from a pre-evaluation, I can't actually say it's a scam exchange. I cannot say it's a scam exchange. It looks pretty valid overall, but I mean, it does appear to be a centralized exchange. But yeah, it seems to be all right. Again, I would have to do additional evaluation. First glance, it does not appear to be a scam exchange, but I'd have to look into it a little bit further. Guys, I'm telling you, like right now we're headed for this huge Bitcoin growth. I mean, like guys, right now Bitcoin is over $9,000, and when it hits $10,000, that's when massive FOMO sets in. Okay, that's when massive FOMO sets in. All right, it's not a game. And what that causes is, as all these people realize that they can never, like, you know, Bitcoin is no longer viable for them. Wow, then they're going to be pushing for altcoins. All right. Here's something interesting. Bloomberg just put out a new report, and the Bloomberg report is speculating something on Bitcoin. And they're actually making a prediction. Bloomberg, the big billionaire company, all right, billionaire financial company, this is what they have to say about Bitcoin. And this is what you guys need to really consider right now, because it's a pretty big deal. So Bloomberg is saying this: Bitcoin's price may hit 400,000 due to fundamentals, not FOMO. So guys, if it can hit 400,000 because of fundamentals and not FOMO, which basically means utility, people using it, this means that Bitcoin will ultimately hit, again, about $1 million pretty damn quickly. Bitcoin's improving fundamentals and the arrival of institutional investors could impact the volatility and price action of future rallies and corrections, all right? The nature of Bitcoin rallies will change. Aaron Brown, the author of a recently published op-ed in Bloomberg, believes that the next sustained Bitcoin rally could be more measured, as it will be propelled by fundamentals and global financial events rather than FOMO. Don't get me wrong, FOMO is going to kick in, all right? FOMO is going to be a huge part of it, trust me. But what's going to keep the market stable is the fact that it's the fundamental use of it. According to Brown, the boom and bust nature of the cryptocurrency market is not likely to change immediately, and if future price actions mirror previous bull markets, then Bitcoin could rise to 60,000 to 40,000 before declining sharply. The 400,000 could rise to 60,000, then to $400,000, all right? Brown argues that the last two rallies in 2013 and 2017 were primarily driven by retail investors, and that 2019 is different, as the current $260 billion cryptocurrency market cap is much larger than it was in 2013, $1 billion, and 2015, $3 billion. This is serious, guys. Furthermore, today, there are significantly more cryptocurrency investors, and in 2018, more than 30 billion of the institutional and investment capital went towards building new platforms. There is also more clarity on the regulatory front, and with major institutions like Facebook, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, and Fidelity investing in the sector, Bitcoin's price action could be more measured in 2019. Though the overall landscape appears robust, Brown cautions that this does not negate the possibility of a bubble and a crash, but as the sector matures, so does the possibility of the market providing predictable returns with the occasional 20% correction instead of the dramatic 85% correction, which typically takes place at the end of Bitcoin bull cycles. What this basically means, guys, is that the big highs and lows that we're seeing may end up coming to an end. A lot of people are basically thinking, so if it goes to $400,000, then it'll just come back down to 30,000, and we can get, we can value it up at 30,000 or 50,000. Nope. You're going to see much smaller corrections. All right, much smaller corrections. Don't forget, Bitcoin literally went from, at the beginning of the year, from like $1,000 or less than $1,000 in 2017 to $20,000 by January 2018. All right, before going down to about 3,000, like 3,800. All right, and hovering around between $3,500 and $4,000. Guys, if you do the math, that still shows that Bitcoin over the course of just 2 years the value of it doubled. All right, no, let me correct myself, tripled or quadrupled. Okay, the value of Bitcoin over the course of 2 years, despite the corrections, quadrupled. All right. So if you want to look at what's happening right now and follow that path, then in reality, you're not going to see $3,000 Bitcoin again. All right. In the next bull run. Okay. And what's going to happen, as I've said, you're going to see investors realizing they can never own a single Bitcoin. Bitcoin is no longer possible. So they're going to be putting their money in altcoins. All right. Like I've said this before. You shouldn't be investing in Bitcoin. You should be investing in altcoins. All right. You should be investing your money in altcoins. Okay. Not in Bitcoin right now. You should learn how to evaluate Bitcoin. Just like how, for example, a moment ago, someone asked me about an exchange. Is it a scam? You need to know how to evaluate them to determine whether or not they're a scam. All right. You need to know how to be able to determine if a cryptocurrency is going to increase by 10 times or 1,000 times. A lot of you right now, what you're doing, the way you're investing in cryptocurrency is wrong. Okay? I'm going to tell you something very, very easy. Very, very easy. And a lot of you guys didn't listen. This course right here, how to get tons of valuable cryptocurrency for free without mining or paying for it. This course goes for $200, and right now you can get it for $89.99. Just to remind you guys, this is the final flash sale ever where prices will be below $129. It ends in 3 hours. 3 hours. There will not be any more flash sales where the price is at $99. Of course, there will be no more flash sales where the price, or sales in general, where the price goes below $129. You guys have 3 hours and 15 minutes left to take advantage of that. Just letting y'all know. So if there were courses that you wanted, this is the lowest you're ever going to get them. They're $89.99 right now. And I strongly recommend that you go and you buy them. Okay, because for example, this course, which one? How to choose and invest in altcoins that will increase by 10 times to 1,000 times or more. This course is $300. All right, $89.99 right now. Like I said, no one can say that I never gave you the opportunity to pick up the course. This is it, guys. This is it. All right. If there was a course you wanted, you will not be able to get any of these courses for less than $129 going forward when the sales, if and when there's another sale. But this is the lowest you'll be able to get a course for, and you have 3 hours to act on that. Now, what I'm trying to talk about is this course, how to get tons of valuable cryptocurrency for free without mining or paying for it. The thing about this course that a lot of people don't realize is that you can get this course also teaches you how to get these cryptocurrencies before anyone else gets them. All right. Before anyone else gets their hands on them, before the ICO happens, before any of that happens, all right? This course actually teaches you how to do that. You're going to get them for free, and you're going to get them before the ICOs or IEOs, as they're calling them now, actually happen, before they even go on sale, all right? You ask, how is that possible? Because this is when the projects are actually just starting. A lot of them are just starting off, all right? And if you know how to evaluate these projects, all right. For example, if you've taken this course, how to choose and invest in altcoins that will increase by 10 times to 1,000 times or more, you'll be able to evaluate, all right, each of these projects, and you'll be able to figure out which one's going to increase by 10 times or by 10 times, 100 times, or 1,000 times, or even 10,000 times. All right. And you can get you'll get these coins for free, tons of them for free. And what's going to happen is that once these coins go on exchanges, you're going to see the value. You didn't pay anything for them. But you're going to see coins that start off selling for like 0.00001. All right. You got them for free. And now you can start selling them before anyone else, which basically means that you're the one who's going to push them. You're going to take profit. You're going to collect that profit and experience 100-time gains, 1,000-time gains, all right? 1,000-time gains. And you're going to get this, you're going to do this for free. Free. So that's the trick to that course. Like I said, though, I mean, That's if you pick up this course and this one, how to choose and invest. And of course, you need to learn how to time the cryptocurrency markets and to make massive profit. Guys, again, you need to stop sitting on your hands, all right? Another thing is this thing where you're going to exchanges and selling coins back and forth and buying coins. A lot of that's a waste of time, all right? You need to be able to buy your coins rapidly, okay? You need to learn how to buy your coins rapidly. I just put out a new course for you that teaches you how to convert cryptocurrencies without using an exchange. You don't need to using these exchanges. Guys, it's a waste of time. For a lot of you, it's a waste of time, all right? What I've done here is I put together this course. It's going to teach you how to convert your cryptocurrencies without using a traditional exchange. All right, so you're going to get coin conversion methods that don't utilize a traditional exchange. You're going to learn how to convert Bitcoin and altcoins without using a traditional exchange. All right, and basically that means that you could convert them to almost any other cryptocurrency, over 300 different ones. And there's a number of different ways to do this. And I actually show you all the different ways to do this. All right. And also it's going to teach you how to avoid losing your cryptocurrency, because a lot of you are going to end up doing that. All right. That's a brand new course I just put out for you. And I also have this one, how to turn your cryptocurrency into cash quickly. All right. Because this is how things are going to happen in the future. Because, for example, if you're putting all your money into crypto and then you want to take some money out, okay, because that's the whole idea, you need to know how to actually do this. This course, you're going to learn the most effective methods of quickly turning crypto into cash, also an advanced method for cashing out cryptocurrency. You're also going to get one for locking in the value of crypto assets. This way, even if you don't cash out of the crypto market, you'll still know how to protect your assets so that it doesn't go up and down. And then also you're going to get cash alternative options for cashing out your cryptocurrency. There's a bunch of great options that you can use. I mean, heck, you can actually buy coffee at Starbucks, but it's not just that. There's a bunch of stores, online stores and offline stores, literally, where you can actually just walk in and start using Bitcoin as well as other cryptocurrencies to make everyday purchases. All right. So that course actually provides you with all of that, and it provides the online and offlines. It's actually very, very good. Again, guys, this course just came out. These courses are $89.99 right now. This is the lowest you're going to see them. And when the sale ends in 3 hours, there's not going to be any sales going forward where courses are under $129. So this is it. Like, no more $99 courses. If you want to take advantage of this, go take advantage of it. All right. Take advantage of the sale. You guys have 3 hours and 10 minutes left. The links are in the description of the video to cryptomoney.academy, where you can go and take a course and, buy your courses. Because, guys, right now, as this bull run hits, a lot of people are thinking, that, it goes up, it goes down, I'll just come back in and get in at another. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy thinking that you're just going like the world waits on you. That's absolute, guys, this is how you lose all your money. All right. You lose all your money sitting on your hands and thinking that you're going to do it later on, always thinking later on. I'm going to wait till the last minute when everyone else is doing it. That's when I'm going to do it now. Well, I just can't. Guys, don't forget this. No risk, no reward. No risk, no rewards. All right. A lot of you guys can't understand why you don't get what you want in life. All right. And the funny thing is, you're like, oh, I don't have a lot. I'm just struggling to get by. And guess what? You're going to keep on struggling. All right. You're going to keep on struggling. You're like, listen, you don't understand. I'm just like a little bit away from homelessness right now. Yeah, so you're going to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to keep just a little bit away from homelessness, okay? Until you lose the little that you have that's keeping you away from homelessness, and then you end up homeless, all right? Instead of taking the risk, accepting, hey, maybe you could end up homeless. But at the same time, at least you're taking the chance and ensuring that you can actually prevent that. You're looking at the big picture, all right? If you're trying to maintain mediocrity, then you'll just sink deeper into mediocrity. I'm just being honest with you. The reason why I take so many risks is because I know the risk of not taking risk. I know the risk of not doing anything, all right? I know the risk of complacency, all right? Waiting to see what happens. That is a terrible approach, and then you're trying to play catch up. All right. It's better to be the first than to be the last. I am being so honest with you. All right. I'm being so honest with you. It's funny because people criticize Elon Musk. They talk such horrible things about Elon Musk. Let me tell you a little bit about Elon Musk. So he was born in South Africa, if I recall correctly. He's South African. He didn't start off wealthy. When he first started out, building up his first business endeavor, he would live in his office. He would sleep in his office and shower at the YMCA. He would sleep in his office and shower at the YMCA. I want you to understand that. He then went on to co-found PayPal. And when they sold it to eBay, he got something like, let me see, I don't remember the exact amount. He got, I think it was $180 million. It was 180 million, something like that. From that $180 million, he put something like 70 million in Tesla, 100 million into SpaceX. All right? And 10 million into Solar City. And then he borrowed money to pay his rent. Are you listening to me carefully? He was already worth almost $200 million. And what did he do? He risked it all because he understood that it could be gone just like that. All right? You cannot be risk adverse. You have to take risk in life. No risk, no rewards. That's how life is. The world is not a safe space. It isn't. The world is tough. It's harsh. If you want something, you have to go out there and you have to get it. And there are going to be people who try to get in your way, and you're going to fall down, and you're going to fail many times, and you're going to have to get back up each and every single time. And often it doesn't go exactly how you plan. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. A lot of times it's harder. Much more perilous. And you have to keep going and going and going. And you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, but you have to believe that it's there. For me, I believe in God, and that's the only thing that kept me going. You have to believe. I want you guys to understand that. I want you to understand that clearly. Look at the chat a little bit. Core Graphics says, buy the dips. Let me see here. Go Monsters in the chat. What's going on, bro? Daniel Utley says, fire up the grill, let's cook. Jeez, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people who aren't going to be able to do any of that. Not going to be able to do any of that. All right? Guys, I don't have, right now, there's no luxuries for me. You know what I do? You know what I do? I wake up around 3 o'clock in the morning. 3. I wake up around 3 a.m., sometimes earlier, because I just can't sleep, because my body is just like that at this point. I am at the gym at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. All right? I work out. Then I go for about 2 to 3 miles. I go for a nice 2 to 3 mile fast walk, jog. And then after that, I come home and I start working. And I work from the morning to the evening. And then I go to sleep. And then I do it again the very next day. You know why? Because I know what it means to live in horrible states. I know homelessness. I know suffering. I know misery. Many of you have never experienced it before. You think you have, you haven't. I'll tell you right now, many of you cannot survive it. You can't. You're not street smart enough. You're not tough enough. You're not resourceful enough. You can't survive it. Many of you cannot survive homelessness. And especially as bad as it's going to be going forward, for me, it was different. I mean, at least there was a soup kitchen here and there. You're not going to be able to get into these soup kitchens. You got to be kidding me. It was hard enough for me. For you, you've got to be kidding me. When the economy is in the gutter. And the sad thing is that there's some of you listening to the stream right now, and you're going to think back to what I'm saying right now. You're going to think back to this, and you're going to wish that you had listened. Some people who are trolling, disliking the videos, they're going to think back to this, and they're going to wish that they had listened. And it's sad. It's sad. But you know what? They didn't have the drive, the commitment, the passion, the fortitude to stand up, take the chances. Because here's the thing, if you don't take chances, then you are basically condemning yourself to mediocrity. All right? When you don't take risk, you are condemning yourself to failure. Forever failure. Okay? You've lost. Okay? Failing isn't bad. Failing is great because failing is the first step before winning. All the greatest athletes in the world, all the greatest scientists in the world, they have a slew of failure. Many of the people who've done the most amazing things, you would think that you would think that these guys are challenged academically, are challenged physically. Based on the amount of failure that they've had, you'd say, what the heck? This is how much you failed? I mean, there are people who come in and, the people who actually do this stuff, they're brilliant. And this is how much you failed? And yet here they are standing above everyone else. While all these great so-called PhDs would just love the chance to have a conversation with them for a few minutes. Even a minute, even a couple of seconds. Tim says, I'm ready to take risk and then some for next week and prepare my Kickstarter. Both fiat and crypto is welcome. Guys, let me talk about Tim for a moment. I gotta talk about this kid. I gotta talk about Gen Z. Okay? I gotta talk about Gen Z a little bit because a lot of you guys need to hear this. Tim doesn't have a lot of money. Tim's been buying up courses. Tim's been getting free cryptocurrency. Tim built his own game. All right? He went out, found people who had the skills that he didn't have, and built a game that is on Android. He did this almost, what was it, earlier this year? All right, he started almost a year ago. And he already has a game, a mobile game out there. And he's working towards the next one. And he has a Kickstarter that he's been working on for the last couple of weeks or months. All right? And he took the course on getting tons of cryptocurrency for free. And last time I heard, he had already gotten 15. 15! On top of all the crypto that he's invested in. He had a problem. He wanted to invest in Opus a while back, like a week or two ago. He wanted to get Opus. Couldn't get it. He was having trouble with the exchanges. So what did he do? He said, hey, Sensei, I need your help. I want this coin. I will send you this money. Please get this coin for me. And I did. Why? Because he's hungry. He's He's hungry. This kid is hungry. A lot of y'all are hungry. A lot of y'all aren't hungry. He's busy diversifying in crypto, in games, all kinds of stuff. Diversifying. And most of my generation are just like basically waiting for everything to kind of fall apart. And then thinking that somebody's going to come along and save them. The government's going to come along and give handouts and take care of it. Don't worry. Don't worry. You keep thinking that help is on the way, and it never comes. They'll tell you everything you want to hear. Guys, AOC, Andrea how do you pronounce her darn name? Andrea Ocasio-Cortez. I think I got that. She's getting something like, what, $147,000 a year or more? And she already wants a raise. She was sworn in to the Senate, into the House. Was it earlier this year? She's been on the job for barely 6 months, and she already wants a raise. She already wants a raise. A raise! These are the people who you're putting into power. These are the people that you think are going to come and save you, rescue you when everything is going downhill. You've got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. Brian says, who? Alexandria? Old AOC. Old AOC. Goo Monster says, that's the difference between winning investors and losing ones. Many give up after one bad investment and quit forever. I'm coming from the dirt up. I have more to gain than lose, and I'm only 26. See, it's men who are rising out of the dirt that are going to thrive. Let me tell you something a friend told me. He said that during hard times, that's when some men become legends. During tough times, that's when some men become legends. What do you think that means? That means that these men rise above all else. They find a way. They keep pushing. They are hungry. They look for every angle, and they show up when no one else will show up. And they believe when no one else believes. It's funny because you see all the criticism of Elon Musk today. Elon Musk. People saying that, oh, he's just some billionaire. But does anyone think about how hard he worked and how many risks he took and how many risks he continues to take? There are people who, when he started off SpaceX, people, I think it was, what's his name? Buzz Aldrin literally sat before the Senate criticizing him. People wanted the SpaceX project shut down because the concept of reusable rockets was ridiculous. It's old technology. Move on. But here's the interesting thing about space travel. Why are reusable rockets so important? Some of you know, many of you probably don't know. What is the most expensive part of a space launch? It's not the spaceship. The spaceship is reusable. They use it numerous times over and over and over. The most expensive part of a space launch is the rocket that can cost hundreds of millions of dollars. And after the rocket is used, that's it. It can never be used again. The rocket is done. Okay? And you put a shuttle into space, you lose like $200 million. Just like that. Gone. Okay? It's not like, oh, you can use it one time and nope, gone. What he's done is he's changed the game where you can utilize reusable rockets. So now you build it once and you can use it over and over and over again. And he solved the problem. See, that's the key to life, is solving a problem. If you want to become wealthy, solve a problem. That's how you create a cryptocurrency that people want. It solves a problem. You need to find, it's not just crypto, just in general. Find a problem that people have and solve it. All right? It could be something small, but you'd be amazed how many people are looking for a solution. You'd be amazed how many people did not even realize such a thing was possible and gravitate to it as soon as they discover this. Course says, yep, I'm a younger, Gumaster says, yep, I'm a younger millennial, and it's very sad that people think that someone will just save them from their troubles. No accountability, little of them want to put in the work to diversify. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. There are two spectrums of millennials that are actually surviving. The very youngest and the very oldest. Okay? The very youngest millennials and the very oldest millennials. They're the ones who have hope. The youngest millennials have hope because they intersect with Generation Z. All right? And in their case, some of their parents might have actually been Generation X. Yeah. And in that case, their grandparents came from another generation, a generation of people who actually worked hard, had values, and taught them real traditional skills, real about life, and gave them real values. Okay? People like myself, I grew up with my grandmother. Okay? My grandmother was born in the 1920s. 1920s, all right? So we're talking about the Great Depression era. Their values are very different than people who were born in the 1940s. Okay? Someone born in the year 1940, they'd be 69 today. Am I right about that? Or even older than that? I think I'm even off. Someone born in 1940, no, they'd be around 79, something like that. About 79. Time flies. 79. All right? There's a big generational difference. A lot of younger people, younger millennials, are being told that, hey, listen, either you're going to have to work hard or someone else is going to do it. You're not going to have anything handed to you. Many of them are being taught that by Generation X. All right? And a lot of Generation X, like I said, they had their grandparents. They had their grandparents who put values into them. Versus the boomers who basically taught us about nothing but materialism and being how to be self-centered. All right? My grandmother always emphasized, if you want something, go and work for it. Some of you wonder where my love of money comes from. Let me tell you something. Many of you probably would be shocked to know this, but I wouldn't call myself a hippie. Okay, I've actually always been very fiscally conservative, but there was a point in my life, out of high school, I was very, very conservative, but there was a point in my life after I went to college. Now you're seeing the pattern. I went to college and suddenly I became inflated with liberal ideas. All right. And so I didn't realize it was socialism at the time, but it was socialism. And socialist ideas began to take root in my head. And then I went from a person who was very fiscally conservative to a person who started thinking that money was bad. Money was bad. And you know what ended up happening? I got to experience homelessness. And it taught me a darn good lesson that if you don't have money, you can't survive. All right? God can do a lot. God can do anything for you. But here's the thing, there's a saying that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. All right? I hope I didn't just totally destroy that analogy. But the point is, our metaphor, point is, you have to actually do the work yourself. You actually have to take the next step. All right? And for me, after hitting rock bottom, I realized for me, that was my rock bottom. Right? And I realized I never want to go there again. I don't ever want to live that life again. I don't ever want to. Let me tell something I learned about rock bottom. You can always go lower. Your rock bottom is wherever you decide that's it. I never want to go back there again, because you can, as long as you are alive, you can always go lower. You can always go lower. There's something, guys, there's something lower than homelessness. Okay. And there's something lower than that. All right. And there's something lower than that. You can always go lower unless you say no more. All right. This is as far as I'm willing to go down that hole. No more. People think that it can't get any worse. Let me tell you something. It can always get worse, and it always does. You have to decide when you're not going to take any more, when you're going to do anything in your power to prevent yourself from going down any deeper, falling any deeper. Because it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Jimmy says, do you believe Satoshi Nakamoto came from the dirt up? Truth is, I don't know. He may very well have. You have to be on top of your game. Right now, guys, I am petrified of poverty. Petrified of homelessness, petrified. You should be petrified too. Okay? You should be scared to death. I have some stories. When you're homeless, people can just come at you while you're asleep and do anything. You can lose your life. You can pass away in your sleep. All right? You're in tons of danger. And if that's not enough, there's disease, because you're around people who are constantly sick, or you're in a state where you're not getting proper health care. So there's always some outbreak. Tuberculosis is a very popular one. And you can actually contract something very easily. All right? And when you're homeless, let me explain how the hospitals work. They'll treat you just enough to prevent you from dying, and then they throw you out. That's how they work. They'll treat you just enough to prevent you from dying and then throw you out. All right? They'll do the surgery and then they'll toss you out. If they do the surgery, that is. They'll patch you up and then they'll put you out. People live in a complete and utter, it's a complete lie, illusionary reality. Brian Pierre Tremardo says, angry, my dad was born in Gen X, or nobody came to save him when he was in need. My grandfather was born in the late 30s, living in Guatemala. Nobody came to save him, was that, and he passed away. No one came to save him when he was 8. Yep. Nobody came to, guys, no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to say, listen to me. It's all a big lie. It's a big lie. Big lie. All right? I feel bad for a lot of people that don't know God, because I'm telling you, during the darkest of hours, it's only going to be you and God. And people that you've done a lot for, people that you would have given the shirt off your back to, you'll watch them literally turn their backs on you. Do you want that life? Because I'm telling you, I don't want that life. I don't want to live that life. No more. I don't want to ever see that type of thing again. I don't want to ever be put in that position ever again. Ever. So you ask yourselves, what do you want? Because I'm telling you right now, you better be prepared. You better be prepared, or else you're going to be caught off guard. Like I said, guys, all courses are $89 right now, and this is the final sale where they will be below $129. It ends in 2 hours and 41 minutes. All right, you can pick up all of these courses. There are 2 brand new courses right now: convert cryptocurrencies without using an exchange, and how to turn cryptocurrency into cash quickly. You also have how to time the cryptocurrency market and make massive profit, taking profits so that you don't lose your entire investment, how to choose and invest in altcoins that will increase by 10 times to 1,000 times or more. You really need, everyone should have this course, all right? And for those of you that want to start investing in crypto that have like literally not done it yet, you should take the how to buy Bitcoins anonymously and through secret methods course, because a lot of you are going to end up paying crazy premiums to buy Bitcoins, and because you have to buy Bitcoin if you want to invest in other crypto. So there's that. Also, as we're investing, as we're moving into this thing, you don't want to spend your time buying your coins on an exchange. You want to get them quickly. This course teaches you how to convert over 300 different cryptocurrencies without using an exchange at better rates than you're going to get on the exchange. I'm telling you right now, all right? So you can just do it automatic and cut out the middleman. All right, all of this is they're all $89. This one's $99.99. But all the others are $89.99. And if you don't know anything about crypto, like if you've been literally that person that just literally didn't know anything about crypto, don't just try to jump in, because you will lose your entire investment. Take the introduction to cryptocurrency course so that you can actually begin investing, or else you're just going to, it's basically throwing money down the drain. Like I said, almost any crap coin is going to be worth money as we're heading into this massive bull run. But you have to understand, there's going to be people literally selling crap coins that aren't even crap coins. They're literally something that they just made up, all right? Or some dead coins. So you need to know what you're doing. Let me see. Tim says he wants to do crypto management. iFunk says, how do you feel about Facebook coins? Stay the heck. I've talked about that. I just put out another video, guy. There's another video like right before this one that I put out a day ago. And I basically told you, stay away from Facebook's coin. If you don't know how I feel about Facebook's coin, stay away. But you go watch that other video. I basically said that it's good. That's going to be like probably the straw that broke the horse's back, and result in Facebook being broken up once and for all. Okay. Anyway, guys, you can find links to the site, to cryptomoney.academy, in the description of the video if you want to take a course, because now is the time to be on top of your business. Now is the time to start preparing for your future. Now is the time to actually say, like, you know what? I'm not going to fool around, because I told you to start doing this months ago, years ago, and a lot of people didn't do any of that, all right? They sat on their hands, and now this is where they're at. Don't be that person. Don't be those people, all right? Don't be those people. Because you're not going to be happy with that. You're not going to be happy with that. You're going to be miserable with that, all right? It's not cool. It's not cool. I told you, homelessness is not cool. Suffering is not cool. You also need to start learning how to create your own business. One thing I told you guys to do is to begin developing your own course business, all right? All right? And a lot of you guys have not done that yet. What I actually have here right now is I developed a new site called LearnMe.today, all right? And basically, you can learn how to create your own courses that will earn massive profit. And we have a special going right now where you can sign up for the course for $99, which it usually costs $199. All right. And we also have another course, which is $139, how to earn massive profit, massive income on YouTube. So this is going to actually teach you how to begin earning income on YouTube the way that I do. And it's going to give you the secrets that most content creators don't actually know. Because I was generating in 2016 or 17, I was generating, I think was it 17? I was generating $4,000 a month on YouTube with just 4,000 subscribers, over $4,000 a month. My highest month was actually $6,000 in a single month, 6,000. All right. So that course is $139. It's available right now for you to go and check it out. The other course, creating your own online course business that will earn massive profit. This course, you can sign up for it for $99. And with this course, you're going to actually you actually can download a certificate. So this course is a certificate-based course. You will actually get a certificate at the end of the course. But with this course, it's actually very, very serious. So for example, you will learn every step that you need. You're going to learn how to market your online course, format and structure the course, develop a course outline, how to price your course, how to choose a course topic, how to research and gather content for your course. Also, you're going to learn the best services that will host your course online, the best software for starting your own online course website. You're going to get everything you need to know to develop your own online course website. You're also going to learn how to process payments for an online course website, and of course, building an online course walkthrough, okay? So you get everything in this course. This course is on LearnMe.today. So there's CryptoMoney.academy, and there's also LearnMe. This is a brand new site that I've developed for you guys, and there's a lot more coming with the site. But for right now, you can go over there, LearnMe.today. Link is in the description of the video, and you can pick up any of these courses so that you can actually start your own YouTube business and start generating profit from your YouTube channel. That's one great way to start sustaining your income. Who wouldn't like an extra $1,000 a month, even $300 a month, for work you've basically, like, you made one video and now you're generating this money continuously? You're going to learn how to do this. You're going to learn those tricks because it's very, very serious. I actually put a very serious video in there for you as well. This is a very, very serious stuff. So again, guys, you can sit on your hands, or you can start building out your own business, building out your own brand. All right, guys, I haven't worked at an actual 9-to-5 job in 6 years, and yet here I am. All right, and I make more money now than I ever made at any other time in my life. All right, maybe I want to. When I was around 19, 20, I started my first business and I made a ton of money. And then I went to college and I became poor. So there's that portion. So am I making more money now than I made back then? When I first started my own business, I was making around $500 a day. This was back in like 2002, 2003. I was making around $500 a day. And then I went to college. And it was probably one of the biggest mistakes of my life. Yeah. Anyway, guys, point that I'm trying to make is that don't make my mistakes. Actually build your brand out. Actually start a business and focus on your business. Don't sit around getting college degrees. You know, my biggest mistake was actually going back to college and abandoning my business, thinking that college would just give me an easy life. Because like that was part of it. I was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, maybe I'm making $100,000 or $150,000 a year, but I actually have to work. I actually have to do work. So what I'll do is I'll just go to college and I'll get a degree, and then I don't have to do this anymore. The money will just come. Like, I'll just get money for free. Like, oh, I'll just walk into a firm and say, I have a bachelor's degree from this university, and I'm smart, man. I'm so smart. You owe me a job. You should say, thank you for coming here. Thank you for coming here and applying. And you know what happened? You know what happened? That did not happen. That did not happen, all right? Didn't happen at all. Guys, I'll tell you something funny. I ended up getting a job where I was earning more money than a guy that went to the same college as I did and then got a master's degree. And they ended up putting me in a position making more money than him, just based on my ability to crunch numbers and to think and to be analytical. Okay? At the end of the day, and let me tell you something funny about that. And then all the people that I was working with, none of those people had college degrees. All right? All the experts, none of those people had college degrees. The people that were really experts in the field, none of those people had college degrees. All right? The experts, none of those had college degrees. It's like the higher your degree, the more education you have, like the less qualified you are. All right? I'm just serious. And of course they want, oh yeah, get a degree, definitely show up with a degree, because you need a degree to get in the door. But let me tell you something. You start noticing a pattern where you start going up the company and you start to see basically everyone, the higher you go, the fewer people with degrees. Then you have people with no degrees and very little schooling. And these are the people who are sitting at the top of the company. What does that tell you? All right? Let me repeat this for you guys. All right? I put this together a while ago. A is for average. A is for average because the average A student will work for the average B student. B is for boss because the average A student, because the B student will be the boss of the average A student. There you go. The B student will be the boss of the average A student. C is for company, because companies are run by C students, where the B students are the boss of the average A student. And D is for dedication, okay? Because buildings are dedicated to D students, okay? Where the companies are run by the C students, and the B students are the bosses of the average A students. Where do you want to be on that totem pole? Think about that very carefully. All the links to the courses are in the description of the video. Like I said, you guys have less than 3 hours left to get one of the courses on crypto money, because for $89 right now, because there's not going to, and no future sales will see courses going for less than $129. All right. Anyway, guys, I hope to hear from you in the comments. Let me know what you think about this notion that Satoshi Nakamoto's funds may end up getting locked up forever because it presents a financial risk to destabilizing the entire Bitcoin market. Let me know what you've been working on, what you've been investing in. Let me know if you've been working in any alternative businesses, side hustles, what you're trying to do to get yourself elevated, prepared, and moving into a more positive direction. I want to know what you guys are doing. Let's talk about it in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, all right? Subscribe so that you can always get a notification whenever I'm putting on a new video. Also, turn on the notification bell so you'll get a notification whenever I'm putting on a new video. Love God, get money, and cheers.